Hi. I was trying to sit down very coolly with a cup of coffee, so that wasn't actually smart. Okay, I'm looking at my camera. It looks like dark and moody. It's giving cinematic. I don't know what that's about, but we'll just keep those settings for today's video. I feel like the last couple of weeks for my videos, I've been doing a lot of vlog style type of videos. And the biggest reason for that is because I have time to do it, and I actually prefer this method of like filming because for me it helps me with like doing more intentional plant work. I don't even feel like it's chores right now at this stage in my life. I feel like I'm excited about my collection again, and there's just always something to do, and I really like taking you along with me while I'm doing that. Right now it's about like 8:30 in the morning. I don't usually do any plant stuff first thing in the morning. I don't know why. I just kind of like laze around in the morning now that I have the time, but I actually am in the mood. So I want to take advantage of me being in the mood to want to do plant stuff early in the morning. That's why I have a cup of coffee, which I will finish before I start doing anything with like any chemicals or anything. But today, I think the major thing that I want to do today for this video is to go through my grow tent. Like, I know I did a video a couple of weeks ago, I think it was in November, where I like reorganized my grow tent. And since then I really haven't pulled every single thing out and kind of checked it out, looked at it, except for those things that I did in the video where I repotted all of those leca plants. So I knew there's a couple of plants that I need to repot, and I have a couple of cuttings, not even a couple, I have a box full of cuttings that have been growing in moss that I kind of want to transition because I did pick up a bunch of pots from IKEA recently. I talked about those in my last video, which ones I got. They have a sale. It's like their winter sale, I guess, and it's going on to like the 22nd. So by the time you see this video, the sale should still be there if you have an IKEA next to you. It's awesome. I got 11 pots, I think, for $33, which is insane. Like, I got glass ones, ceramic, I got like cute little plastic pots, and those are the ones that I'm going to use for growing out these cuttings. And for some of them, I'm not going to do drainless because the plastic pots from IKEA, they're black. And when I do drainless, I prefer it to be clear or glass because then I can see what's going on better. Even if it isn't just like whatever type of container, doesn't matter, but I prefer that way for me. So with those other containers and the smaller cuttings, I'm going to still do like some leca moss. Actually, you know what? I don't even have any moss. Oh wow. Sudden realization. I don't have any moss. Okay, so even though I don't have any moss, I do have leca and perlite. So I may do like a couple in leca and perlite, and then I'll pick up some moss maybe this weekend. But I do have plants that I have in soil that I like them in soil, and we'll keep them in soil. So we will do that today as well, and whatever else happens, but I think I'm going to focus on my grow tent today. The fan in my grow tent is on, and I'm gonna turn that off while I'm talking. I'm just gonna turn it off right now because it's not really a big deal, because I'll be in and out of the grow tent for the majority of this video. I've decided to go through my grow tent from the top down. Majority I'm focusing on the right side of my grow tent because that's where I have the most plants that need the most attention. So on my top shelf right now, I have this Syngonium chiapense. Love this plant. I feel like it's not talked about enough. I have this one, and then I have the other one. So I have two in my, I don't think I have a cutting, like a small cutting of this. I think I just have these two. So I imported these last year. Well, it was one plant. I imported it last year. It was kind of iffy there, but it's been growing exceptionally well. And although I do want to repot this because this is just like ugly, I don't have a tall enough container that I feel comfortable with putting this in. Like, I'm looking around and I don't have any of those like tall, slender glass containers that I really like using. So for right now, I am not going to do anything to this plant. Although I do feel like I should like clean the leaves. I don't know that I particularly feel like it. And I don't want to like clean the leaves and then put everything back in the grow tent with those lights blaring on them, just in case. So for right now, I'm not gonna do anything with this plant, I don't think. Maybe I could connect it in like one more spot. I could do that. It's about to outgrow this, so I am gonna have to get a taller container to pot this in, but I mean really tall. And I have a container downstairs where I have a bunch of Monstera cuttings in, and they're all growing well, so I'm not gonna like take those out and try to find another pot for those because the stems are really long. But on my next trip to IKEA, I will definitely get a really tall, big container like the one that I have downstairs because I think that'll be perfect for this plant. But this is also growing in moss perlite and leca, my favorite combination. And this one it does have a water reservoir. So like the water is at the bottom part, and then you can see the roots are insane. And I need to repot this, but you know, it's alive, it's living, so we're not gonna bother this plant today. Next plant, my Anthurium magnificum. I think this is like the second one that I've had. So when I got it, it had 2 leaves, one died off, and this one still remains. And then this is the newest one, and it's so gorgeous, and I love it. However, I really love this container. I have this one, and I have another one. I don't know where it's at, actually. What plant do I have that in? What plant is in that pot? Wow, where is that container actually? I have no idea where the other container of this is, so I'm gonna need to find it because it was a set that I got from IKEA, of course. And this plant has been thriving so well inside of the grow tent. However, I feel like it's being wasted with this container. Like if I have ugly containers in my grow tent, I don't really care. But when they're out in the house, I want to display them and I want them to look cute. So I'm going to just take this out of its like little plastic cut up container. Literally, this is how it's growing. So ugly, but it's growing beautifully. So what I'm gonna do is just put it in another just like plastic container just like this. And actually, you know what? I might put it in one of the little glass containers that I have. Hold on, let me see if it'll fit. I think I'm asking for too much to see if this will fit. Let's see. I also don't want to like spill this. It fits. Just barely, but just barely is good enough for me, so I don't have to cut up another plastic container. So I'm just gonna keep this filled up with water and put it in the container, so then I can put something bigger in this container or just use it somewhere else around the house. But there, we solved that issue. That's all we have to do today for this. And I think I did see like something, a little something something. No, that was just in my mind. I didn't see anything else. But anyways, this one, problem solved. And like this little container, I think these were $3 at IKEA. And you know, to me, like this one, I don't mind throwing in the grow tent, even though it's like really cute, but it'll serve a better purpose with this plant. I love this Anthurium magnificum. I just think this is like an awesome Anthurium. It did grow rather slowly in my opinion, but I don't know, I think it was worth the wait. It's so pretty. This one is Big Daddy or Big Mama, I don't know. Big thing. So this is my Crystallinium, and you can see like I've had this is probably one of my oldest plants. I've struggled with this plant, but it like keeps growing. There's three leaves that are about to pop out, and honestly I need to repot this. And the reason I'm saying that is because I feel like it's overgrown in this like upper part, and when I did pot it into this method, I kind of just shoved everything in there and I didn't really pull anything apart. Although it's good in this container, I don't know if I should keep it in this or if I should try to find another method, but low-key I'm looking around and I don't think I have anything that's this big to put it in where I feel like comfortable with it. The only thing I think I could put it in is that really big green pot that I just took my Anthurium out of. Let me go grab that. This is the big pot that my Anthurium was in. And like I could put it in there, but I'm a little nervous about it because I feel like it's huge. I don't know. Like I could take the risk. It's not that big of a deal, but it's like my oldest plant, so I don't want to like do anything to like mess it up. But I honestly have no idea what I'm gonna put in here. I did say in my last, I think it was my last video or 2 videos ago, that I was gonna put my Calathea orbifolia in here, but I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know. But I need to do something with this Crystallinium. It's consistently growing, so it's like I know it's happy, but I don't know if it's, I don't know what I should do. I think I'm gonna just like try to pat it down. Oh my gosh, it's heavy. Look at those roots. They're insane. Oh, I see a little bit of darkness down here. This may need to just be, I don't know, because it's like repotting it is like, yeah, you should repot it. But the thing is, it's huge. So it's like, I need something massive to put it in. I just don't know. I don't have anything on hand to put it in that is going to be like a good option. The only thing I can think of is that I would have to put it in soil, because I think I have big pots for soil, but not ones that I can basically use for like the method that it's growing in now. I think I'm gonna go downstairs into my garage and check to see if I have anything that could help me out in this situation. But if not, I might just have to basically repot it in the way that I'll just remove it from the moss and kind of reposition the roots and just stuff it back in this container, because obviously it's happy and it's continuing to grow, which makes me happy, but I just want it to grow really well and feel better, because plants have feelings, okay? So I don't have anything in my garage or around the house that I think would be good for this plant. So what I'm gonna do is repot it in the way that I said before. I'm basically going to rearrange the roots and keep it in the same method. I also think I'll just keep it in this container, even though this is like a really cute container. This is the type that I was talking about earlier that I like having around the house, but it's okay. I actually bought another one. So I'll use that for something else. So that's what we're gonna do. I low-key think I could propagate this by just cutting it in half. I'm not gonna do that though. I'm gonna just let it do its thing, because it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it'll have 10 leaves by the time these 3 new ones grow. So basically I'm just gonna rearrange the roots and that's it. So let's get to it. This is the level of my grow tent that I was kind of like avoiding the most, because I know it's going to be the most work. So let me just show you what we're working with and what my thoughts are moving forward to make these plants better, because this level needs a lot of work and there's a lot of plants to go through. This subconsciously has become all alocasias. So I have my alocasia silver dragon scale monster, and look at that. Look at those roots. They're insane. So what I'm thinking, actually, let me show you what else is in here before I tell you what I'm thinking. Ooh, that doesn't look good. Okay, so we have Alocasia Green Goddess cuttings that have been growing, but clearly they need water. And then I have 2 bulbs. I don't even know, this might be a, I don't know what these are, to be honest with you, but I know they're Alocasia bulbs, but they're dry as hell. So what I'm actually thinking is, oh fuck. Okay, let me put that down. What I'm thinking to do with this container is to basically do the type of growing that I have where it was in a couple of videos ago where I have like all of these plants in their own little container, but the bottom is a water reservoir. So because these are in different types of growing medium, like I have these in soil and then I have other ones straight in leca, what I think I will do is for all of the plants that I currently have in soil, I'm going to repot them and basically make the bottom layer, maybe like 1/3 of the container, that like 1/3 of this, like maybe like this much in leca and then the rest in soil. So it will kind of be like my drainless method, but it will have drainage. And basically the bottom will be filled with water because then I'll be able to keep these in soil. Honestly, because I don't have any more moss to work with, and I like the soil and leca and perlite combination. And then I also have some Frydek little corms that have been sitting in water that I absolutely hate growing in water, but they've become like really disgusting and crummy. So I can put those in soil, and then the bottom layer obviously will be leca. So that's what we're gonna do with this container, and this will remain basically my Alocasia container. This next container. Oh God, it's so rough. Okay, this Syngonium chiapense I've been needing to repot for literally a million freaking years. Honestly, I'll probably keep it in soil and maybe do the bottom layer of leca. I just really like doing that, and I have a lot of soil and leca and perlite and not enough moss. So basically just think that I'm gonna do that with every single container. I have this cutting. These are Scindapsus cuttings. I actually got these from Sue Hall last year, and they keep growing, but they're dry. They're just sitting in moss, so I need to actually just put them in their own little container, and maybe I'll try to make them go up, like climb instead of trail. We'll see. We can experiment with that. This is Philodendron bipinifolium cutting. Now, I did a video where I just repotted my big mama one, and I have this one and I have another one at the bottom of my grow tent. So obviously it's growing well, but needs some support and needs to actually just go and add some leca to this. I have this Hoya polynera. I actually was like excited to get this because I kind of like, I don't know, I was excited to get it, but honestly, it's pretty boring to me. It dries out rather quickly, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. Honestly, I don't know. This Philodendron Rio. I actually bitched about this plant in one of my videos a couple months ago that it didn't grow. It had one thing, but it had one leaf. But obviously, why doesn't it grow? Because I am shitty to it. So I'm gonna finally repot this properly. I think I'll do leca because I don't have enough moss, like I keep saying. So I'll probably just put this in leca and give it its own container. And this one, this is actually the first one I got of this, and then I got this one locally, but I got another one imported that's kind of like half there, half not. This is a Scindapsus Silver Hero. It didn't grow for a long freaking time, but now it's growing. So it's kind of like in this soil-like mixture. So I think I'll probably just keep it in a soil-like mixture and just repot it and give it its own container. And last but not least, the container that I literally don't even want to deal with. And I don't know that I will, to be honest. There's so much going on here. Wow, okay. So we have a couple of Syngonium Rayi. Yeah, these are the same, okay. They're the same thing. So I have this one that's in soil. It's kind of just chilling. Not really a big deal, to be honest with you. I don't really care to do anything with it because it's growing, it's fine. Then we have the big one. Look at that. That's just like disgusting, but I ended up chopping it because the plant became really leggy and it's fine, you know, other than like those little crusty ends. So I don't know if I'll do anything with that today. These ones I actually really do want to do something with. These are my Burl Marks Fantasy cuttings. And I have 2 of these, and I actually have a bigger one, well, taller one in my grow tent. I mean, it's growing, but it's kind of like underwhelming. And I do have containers to put those in, so I really want to do that. This is one of, this is like, is this the first one? I don't know if this is the first or second plant that I actually had in Leca last year. It ended up like dying off and like regrowing. So it's alive, and honestly, I'm just probably gonna leave that because I don't really feel like dealing with it. This is so scary. Okay, these are Baltic blue cuttings. I actually hated this plant when I got it. Not when I got it, but like after I got it. It was just growing really like, really the farts. These look terrible, but honestly I might just fill this back up with water and cut the dead leaves off. I'm not really feeling in the mood to deal with that. This one is a oh wow. Maybe we'll just go through this, kind of trim and fill it back up with water. Let's get to it. I actually think I'll keep it in this type of container. I'll just make a water reservoir and I'll put like at the bottom. There we go. This might be the easiest or just the worst repot that I've ever done. Two last things that I'm going to do today, because I don't know how long this video is going to be, but it's already 3 o'clock and I have been working on all of this stuff all day. I've been taking breaks and I took my dogs for a walk and I lunch and all this stuff, but I cannot get through that entire grow tent in one day. So this next thing I have to do is fairly easy. So I don't remember what plant this was because I cut all the leaves off. But I am going to basically just kind of put it, I'm picking off all the dead stuff, in a different container because I feel like it's kind of wasteful that it's in this container because there's nothing going on. So I'm just going to put it in one of the little IKEA containers. Oh shoot, I broke it. Oh geez, what was that? I broke it. It's like growing its own fucking moss. It looks kind of amazing though, low key. I'm just going to put it in here, because I can just throw this in the grow tent. And there is some new growth, if you can see that. I hope it's not blurry, but if it is, just know that I'm showing you some new growth sprouting. Do I know what? I don't think, I think it's a crystalinium, but I'm not 100% sure. I want to say it's like an anthurium for sure, but I can't remember the name of it. So we're just gonna put this in here, put some water in it, and just put it in the grow tent. That one's fairly easy. The next thing I have to do is like the most annoying thing that I have to do. I wait till the very last minute because I don't know, it's just so taxing. I have to clean my humidifier. It's actually so embarrassing. It's disgusting. Like, it's gross. So what I use to clean mine is I will break down the entire humidifier and then I will fill my bathroom sink with hot water and vinegar, and then I'll let it soak for like 20 minutes. And I'll also fill like the entire, this part, because all the parts that I take apart are the top part, but this part you can't detach. So this I'll fill with hot water and vinegar, and I'll let everything soak for 20 minutes. And then I will go in and use my shower to shower everything out. And then I'll go back, scrub everything out, and that's it. It's just like so annoying to do, but I might as well do it because I'm cleaning a lot of stuff today. So let's get to doing this and I'll take you along with me.